Hello, welcome to day 3 of take 5. We are in Mark's Gospel and we are in chapter 3 on day 3.
Chapter 3, day 3.
Yeah, there's a certain ring to it, isn't there? And we're going to focus in on the story in the second half of Mark's chapter 3 here, of Mark chapter 3, where Jesus gets accused by his family and by some teachers of the law. And Julie is going to read a couple of verses to us.
Okay, so it starts, I'm starting at verse 20. Then Jesus entered a house, and again a crowd gathered, so that he and his disciples were not even able to eat. When his family heard about this, they went to take charge of him, for they said, "He is out of his mind." And I was just thinking about how they would feel, how his family would feel. Because Jesus is putting himself in difficult positions. He is upsetting the Pharisees.
Yeah.
He is putting himself in danger. And as you know, your family, your first instinct, isn't it, is to protect.
Yeah. We didn't touch in chapter 2 that at one point the Pharisees go away to plot how to kill him.
Yes, I mean that's happening already.
And that's quite serious stuff, really, for
want
the family.
They want shot of him, and
Yes.
the family are obviously concerned. So you would, do they really believe he's out of his mind? No, I don't think they do.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because in Mark's Gospel we don't hear about Mary at all.
No.
But in other Gospels we do know that Mary had been told things by the angel and that she pondered them.
And she kept things to herself.
In her heart. And it's as though she knew that there was something very, very special about this child of hers.
Yes.
And it does say it's his mother and his brothers who come to get him.
Yes, but you can understand that they have this desire to protect him.
Yeah, and so towards the end of the chapter, then they have arrived and they're standing outside, and the crowd tell him, "Your mum and your brothers are here." And his reaction's really interesting, isn't it?
"Who are my mother and my brothers?" he asked.
How do you think Mary felt? How do you think his brothers felt, James and the others?
Well, I should imagine they were a little bit indignant, a little bit cross, a little bit upset. All of those, maybe.
Yeah.
A mixture. It's quite a thing to hear, isn't it? Or to hear secondhand from somebody else, if that was the case.
Or maybe even across the crowd.
Yes.
Hearing your own son deny you effectively. Who are my mother and my brothers? But Jesus had a bigger point to make. Because he wanted to make the point that whoever does the will of God, whoever follows him, is his brother, is his sister, is part of his family. And I think that's something we can take away today, that God, by bringing us into the fold, by giving us new life, by making us new creations, however you want to call it, by letting us become Christians, he's taken us into his family. And at one level, Jesus becomes our brother.
Yes.
We become part of the family, God the Father. And so that's something that we can rely on, we can hold on to. We are part of his family.
How wonderful is that?
I'll just read that verse again. Here are my mother and my brothers. Whoever does God's will is my brother and sister and mother. And that's as true then as it is today for you, for me, for Julie, for all of us. God includes us in his family.